Alright, this is my 100% playthrough of Doom, Episode 1. Let's do it. Alright, y'all can see that now. So, first thing we're gonna do is take care of these shotgunners, because they're pretty annoying. Hey, 4 max damage rolls on the pistol in a row. It's pretty lucky. In case you didn't know, shotgun guys have 30 health. Each pistol shot does 5, 10, or 15 damage. So that means I did 15 damage 4 times in a row. It's fairly lucky. I don't know the odds, but it feels pretty good. Alright, second room here has an ambush with shotgun guys on either side of you when you walk in. There's also one behind the building here. Or the terminal, or whatever this is. That guy was in the hallway here, but he walked over there to follow me. Ooh, snuck up on him. That platform the imps are on will lower down in a minute. This wall is discolored, so if you know anything about Doom, you press E on it, and it opens up for a secret. Alright, we get to the final room. Well, the second to final room. Blow up that barrel there, it kills everyone on your right, so that you're only fighting on one front. And we go back outside and this platform's lowered. There are 2 secrets here, but you can only see one. Until you go across this line dividing light and dark, and the lift lowers. This is a hard secret to find for first-time players. Eventually, you start running very quickly through this area, and you catch a noise if the lift raise. Maybe you hear the lift finish lowering as you pass it. Alright, there's one last enemy, and there we go. That's episode 1, map 1. Here's map 2. Pretty simple map. Only problem is the gigantic maze. It's pretty easy to miss a kill. I have my kill counter up for mainly this map, just because I want to be sure that I've killed everyone in the maze. That imp usually doesn't come down, but he did that time. Alright, there's a secret over here where the wall is discolored. Noticing a pattern here. Behind this door is a single zombie man. By the way, zombie men are not threatening at all. They shoot one of your pistol shots. It's not your pistol shot, it's similar damage. And they shoot one of those every once in a while. It feels pretty uncommon that they shoot. This item here is the soul sphere. I'm gonna wait to collect it until I'm at 100 HP. And I'll tell you why in a second. Now you can see on the bottom right that I'm at 200 HP. This is actually the most amount of HP that you can possibly have in Doom. So the soul sphere, what it does is it adds 100 to your HP value, whatever it is, capping it at 200. So if I'm at 100 HP, then that's the best possible value for the soul sphere. Alright, there's a button here. It opens the maze. This thing is terrible. I recommend going right first. Just because the enemy patterns tend to be a little bit more favorable when you go right first. So this whole half of the maze, you can do it in pretty much any order other than that. So since Doom is a pretty old game, its monster AI is pretty dumb. They will walk directly towards you and not do anything else. They'll attack when they get close. They can attack from far away, but they're less likely to. There's a secret here where you shoot the wall. You're pretty much only going to find this secret by accident. This one though, you have a silver marking on the wall there, so you think, that looks a bit strange. Maybe I'll press E. In classic Doom fashion. Here's the chainsaw. Great weapon against the pinky, which we haven't seen yet. You can do a glitch called a grab to get it before it's fully lowered, but I didn't get it. Alright, more zombie men around here somewhere. Here one, even. There he is. Alright, now we can go through this half. There's one little nook over here that'll probably throw you for a loop if you're not ready for it. This one here is usually where I miss the enemies, at least until I took the time to learn the layout. Lots of armor bonuses and health bonuses sprinkled everywhere. Blue is health bonus, green is armor bonus. There's a backpack here, similar to the other secret. You'll see the metal lines there. For the most part, secrets in the first Doom are mismatched textures. We are at 59 kills, and that's exactly how many we need to be at. So we've killed everyone in the maze. So you'll notice the middle number there, the I. That's the item count, but it doesn't go up whenever I collect just any item. It only goes up when I collect health and armor bonuses, certain power-ups, and that's about it really. Ammo and health don't count, because you can't always pick up ammo and health. The only item that kind of breaks the you have to be able to pick it up rule is the computer map, which shows you everything on this auto map here when you press tab. But anyway, the computer map, if you already have one, you can't pick another one up. So if someone put 2 computer maps in a single map, then you cannot get 100% items on that map. Anyway, that's map 3 done. Map 2. This is map 3. This is where the game first tries to give you a bit of a challenge. This is the pinky, because he's pink. There are 2 in the starting area here on Ultraviolence. This is a Spectre, but it's just an invisible pinky, so. They're melee demons. They will charge at you and then do a very slow biting attack. So if you get hit by them, you're either not paying attention or you're just bad. Unfortunately, I get bit by them pretty often. At least way more often than I need to be. Usually I'm being careless. You can shoot those guys from up above, makes it a whole lot less risky. By the way, one more thing about item counters. Most people kind of tend to disregard the item counter for 100% runs, just because picking up every health and armor bonus is not really useful, especially when you don't need them. So they just kind of agreed and like, yeah, this is stupid, right? So if you're posting 100% speedrun to the Doom Speed Devils archive, then you don't have to get 100% items. I'm not a speedrunner though. So this area here actually holds 2 secrets. You can hear that there is still some imps around, and if you remember this area here, there was a soul sphere. So we need to get into that hallway. That's one of the 2. So if you run really quickly up here, you'll notice that this little panel lowered, and you walk up to it, and it automatically opens for you. There are 3 imps down here. The other secret is actually very easy to find, assuming you found this one. There's the soul sphere. Because whenever that wall lowers on your way out, this one lowers too. And this has the rocket launcher. Really good long-range weapon. It's not as useful in Doom 1 as it is in Doom 2, but it's certainly not a bad weapon. And that's just because Doom 2's enemies tend to be a lot more tanky. So the rocket launcher is welcome. I believe that's also why they introduced the super shotgun. I'm just trying to get those guys to shoot each other dead. So zombies, zombie men and shotgunners are kind of the exception to the rule. Enemies of the same species usually can't hurt each other, but enemies that use hit scan, such as them, totally can. So they will just start beef between each other, and you can watch. It's good with popcorn. This imp up here is a sniper. Another thing about Doom, Doom is a two-dimensional game. You'll notice there was a button all the way down there, and I hit it from up here. The reason for that is I walked up to where I'm still up here vertically, but horizontally I would be able to press that button, and just pressed E, and it totally worked. So what I mean by Doom is a two-dimensional game is that Doom considers that kind of stuff in a two-dimensional space. I blew that barrel up trying to kill the pinky, but I just kind of hurt myself. There are just two zombie men guarding the blue key. But there's a bit of a jump scare here. This was probably really scary back when the game came out. But you can just walk out. Everything's fine. Let's see if we can't get some more infighting. Come on, try and shoot me. Nah. We can deal with them in person later. So that switch in the other secret that I pressed, and I didn't even talk about the third secret over there. Raise this bridge up. That's the secret exit of the level. So every episode in Doom has one secret level and one secret exit that leads to that level. So E1M3 is that level in episode 1. And that secret within a secret is how you get to that secret exit. It's pretty tough to find that secret, honestly. I never found the second secret, the one where the poison water is. I did not find that secret on my own, I had to look it up. Those imps helpfully stand by a barrel for you. So here's the regular exit. This is where I would go if I didn't want to go to a secret level, but I totally do. As you're walking back, you'll hear a door open, and it's kind of hard to miss the secret if you're walking back. But most people don't walk back if they're not looking for a secret exit. This is the yellow key door. So we picked up a yellow key door yellow key way back when, but there was no door except for inside this secret. So that's another clue to a player to be like, hey, maybe this key is used for something that I haven't found yet. Really some clever design. Alright, when you walk up to this, the ceiling raises and it shows you an imp. Then it opens up to show you this room that we were peeking in on earlier. You'll notice that most of them are dead. That's why I make them infight, just because otherwise this room is like really easy to get hit in. Alright, and we are done with, well, there's one more secret, because this wall looks different. There. There are rockets up there, but I don't care enough. So here's the secret level, military base. It's a pretty hard level. At least pistol start it is. I should explain what pistol start is. In Doom, if you use the IDC lev cheat, or id change level, then you will be warped instantly to whichever map you type in. So if you type id clev 1.5, then you'll be warped to E1M5. But you'll only have a pistol and 50 bullets. You won't keep anything that you had in the other playthrough. It's like essentially starting a new playthrough on a particular map. So if we were to pistol start this map, it's fairly difficult until you get to kill a shotgunner and grab his shotgun. Then it starts to feel more like the thing that I'm playing now. There are specters in this room, so be careful. We have the chainsaw, let's show that off. It effectively stun locks all the pinkies. There's a very low chance that they'll hit you anyway, but it's worth it, at least in my opinion. So if you were going for 100% items, which almost no one does, then you'd go grab those bonuses over there because they technically count. But you'll notice, okay, so there's a barrel at this corner. There's kind of a barrel at this corner, but not really. There were armor bonuses here and armor bonuses here. So this corner is kind of the odd one out. And if you step on it, then you go down to a secret with the chain gun. So if you were pistol starting, this would be a very valuable secret for you. But for me, it's practically worthless. Other than adding to the secret total. Alright, now if we go back to the other side where the yellow key was there a specter? No, it's the dead body. Then there is what looks like a free rocket launcher here, but as soon as you pick it up, some enemies start teleporting in. It's just pinkies and imps, so they're not too nasty, but they're definitely something that could overwhelm you if you're not expecting it. But the strategy is just to stand back and spam rockets. Rockets will pretty much always one-shot pinkies unless you're me, in which case you have to chainsaw them. Let's just chainsaw the imps, I don't care anymore. You can tell that ultraviolence on Doom 1, which is the hardest difficulty that it allows that isn't Nightmare, is not that hard. Like, you kinda have to be as reckless as I was right there for multiple levels at a time to actually die. This key is a trap, but it's not a bad trap, just some shotgunners. The amount of hit scan enemies in this level is kind of ridiculous actually. Lots and lots of shotgunners and zombie men. But, like I said, zombie men aren't really a threat, so it's mostly shotgunners. This room's clear. You gotta blow up these barrels to reach the switch. So let's do that. And the switch lowers the blue key, which happen to have a lot of pinkies on top of it. But, unfortunately, pinkies don't do stairs. So I can just shoot them. Or chainsaw. Yeah, let's chainsaw. That's more exciting. You can probably tell that I'm really excited right now. Alright. Behind here is some health and ammo in case you need it. I kind of needed health, so it's handy. I don't need that ammo. That's 20 shells in a single box. So I can more effectively use that ammo pack whenever I need it more. Otherwise, I'm kind of wasting a free 20 shells by only grabbing 4 of them. Alright, come here, specters. There are 4 in this room. Only 2 wake up if you just touch and go like I did there. If you walk all the way in, then they all wake up and start chasing you down. But you can just kind of chainsaw them. You'll notice that I got bit there. That's because I wasn't close enough to be chainsawing. But he was close enough to bite me. Not really sure how that works, but this game isn't very realistic. There's a secret here. The wall is a different texture. You get it. This next section is practically impossible to not take a decent amount of damage in, just because of all the toxic floors and imps. So hopefully they all walk towards me here. So stepping over from the ledge there, that's what opens that door there. There's one more imp in there. You know what, let's just shoot him. And there's one imp up here. Oh, he scratched me. That's the secret level. Well, this one's a bit more subtle, but this wall has a whiter texture than the green walls around it, so it's a secret. That's like the rule. If you don't know where the secrets are, it's pretty easy to just hump a wall and hope for the best. Pretty common, I think. This is usually the room I go for first. This is a pretty open-ended level, so you could tackle it in a lot of ways, but this is usually where I like to go first. Ooh, the pinky. So the zombie man shot the pinky, and now the pinky wants to bite the zombie man. But the zombie man doesn't care about the pinky yet. So what I'm hoping for is that the pinky gets a bite in. You can see that he's not even trying to bite me. He's after the zombie man. He's out for blood. Oh, he got blood. Up this elevator is another trap. Whenever you step off the elevator, this wall opens up, but there's a barrel, so you can just kill everything pretty much. There's mega armor over here, pretty nice. And some health and armor bonuses, just in case you actually didn't see that trap coming, which most people didn't in their first playthrough. Alright, when you step up to this door, not when you press E on it, when you step up to it, it's just all items. You know what, I don't know why I'm foreshadowing this trap for you. It's not really that bad of a trap. The imps can't even open the door unless you walk up to it, so. Just use the chain gun, you'll be fine. If you're trapped in here, you can't open the doors manually, so just step on the light square and you'll open it. Alright, next room here. Zombie man and an imp, a couple more imps. These imps spawn next to barrels, so if you're quick, you blow them up. There was another zombie man over there, so you got to see a little bit of gore. And this is a secret, so you just step down into the poisonous water, the toxic waste, and you get some free loot. In fact, I am now going to be maxed out on health and armor. That's pretty nice. So the reason I stood on the elevator before pressing the switch is if you're not quick, you can miss the elevator and there's never another chance to get it again. So if you miss that elevator, you are not getting 100% secrets. Next room here. Oh, we gypped the shotgun. Alright, now for the maze. I don't like the maze. I'm gonna just use chain gun and hold the mouse button for the most part. Lots of pinkies and imps. They're the only two enemies in here, but it's enough of a combo to be annoying. Luckily, if you want to manipulate them, the imps can shoot the pinkies, and the pinkies will go after the imps, but it's just not worth it. It's so time consuming to set up. If you're going for 100% items, there are a lot of health bonuses scattered throughout this maze that you're guaranteed to miss one of. I previously recorded a version of this series where I tried to go for every item and it was just frustrating. Because once you reach the end of the level, you see you are missing like 4 items and they could be in a group or they could just be scattered around the level because you missed them. So you'll notice there, the time it took to switch weapons is pretty high. There's another imp over there, I think. No. There's a pinky. So if this wasn't a pinky, then switching weapons would be a really bad idea, but he's so slow. Look, he walked up to me and started his attack and still couldn't get it off before I switched weapons. So you're not going to be a fast weapon switching golem like you are in Doom 2016 and Eternal. You're actually like more of a normal human being, except your guns are just way too powerful. Oh, and there's one more room that I almost forgot about. It's this one. This room was pretty controversial on release because it used to be shaped like a swastika referencing Wolfenstein. But people decided that that was Nazi propaganda. And so the devs were kind and took it down. So now this is not quite a swastika. It doesn't look much like one. But you can tell that it might have been one. Alright, we're at all the kills and secrets now, so we can exit. And I almost got all the items just by accident. Alright, here's Phobos Lab. This level's one of the first long ones. It's not that long, but it's a transition, for sure. Because the next couple levels are really long. I believe 1 or 2 of them uses all 3 keycard colors, which is kind of the hallmark of a long level. if you need 3 different keys. Whenever you step out here, a bridge raises. Kind of non-intuitive, but whatever. Behind these barrels, there's a discolored wall. It's really hard to tell with the way Doom renders things that are far away. It kind of looks the same, but that's totally a secret. There's lots of shotgun shells if you're pistol starting. I'm gonna prioritize the shotgunners and zombiemen here, just because the other things pretty much can't hit me. Oh, unless I stand there and wait for it. So I go into this room later in the level, so I don't have to kill everything, but I like to clean up. Alright, that's good enough. Where did you come from? Alright, another discolored wall. That wall's brown there, you can hardly tell, but it's a secret. It's got mega armor, it's pretty nice. And a rocket launcher, good for pistol starters, or just people that want rockets. Oh, perfect. Almost got all of them with that barrel. They were in just the best spot possible. Nearly. Alright, here's the yellow key door. I grabbed the yellow key up there. It's got a couple pinkies. This area is actually quite hard. This beginning part of the area is pretty annoying just because the enemies keep moving the elevator up and down with their stupid movement. But we'll manage. Alright, this area looks pretty empty now. Once we round the corner here, this wall and this wall will raise up and reveal too many enemies. And there are also a lot of hit scanners. So I'm gonna get my rocket launcher out and hope for the best. Nice double shotgunner kill. That's rare. It's another thing like a max damage pistol shot. Oh gosh, okay. So the shotgunner blew up the barrel behind me completely by accident, but it totally hurt way more than a shotgun would have. There's still an imp. Yeah, there he is. Alright, so there are 3 secrets here, but they're all pretty much the same secret. You'll notice there's a little nook here. Just press E on the wall, that's a secret. Press E on this wall, that's another secret. Press E again, that's a 3rd secret. And this is a soul sphere, so it's a pretty good secret, but come on. Once you step on the platform in the middle there, you will be ambushed. The switch raises something in the main area of the level. And if you step on this, you can fly back up a little bit and grab the mega armor that's hanging out up here. Alright, we're done with this area. I'm actually going to go up here because this is a secret. There's a little mismatched horizontal line there. You can open it up, get some shells, open it up again, and this is a weird looking teleporter room. The teleporter takes you back to the start of the level. But here we are on the other side of the yellow key area. And there are a lot of enemies in this room, so just keep your distance, you'll be fine. A lot of shotgunners on the right, so don't barge in unless you're prepared. Alright, there we go. Now there's a switch here. On the other side of this is a secret. This one, I don't know how you would find this normally, but it's there. Wall raises whenever you press the switch. I'm not even sure if it's a real switch. I think it's just a door that looks like a switch. That's the last shotgunner in this area. We're almost to the end of the level now. We're getting close anyway. There's still a lot more enemies, as you can see. What I forgot to do is you can peek in the window from outside and shoot rockets up here, and you'll get rid of most of the hit scanners, but unfortunately I forgot to do that. Whatever, they're not that dangerous anyway. There's another Spectre here to scare you if you're not prepared. And even if you are prepared, sometimes he just gets in your face. This switch opens up this wall here. There's also another Spectre, just in case you thought you were done. Alright, this area is very hard to look at. It flashes. It's just bad. So go into this wall here. There's a little nook. It's a secret. And you get what is practically an essential item for this area. I would call it essential. So just kill everything. You may have noticed the wall texture over there. I'll get it in a second. It's another secret, obviously. It actually leads to that same teleporter room that we saw earlier. Alright, 3 pinkies and then we're done. Oh, let's get the secret. Almost forgot. Yeah, see? Alright, that is Phobos Lab. Here's central processing. This is one of the better levels. I like this one. It's long. And it's got a lot of branching paths. Here's the first one. So you can go left and hit a wall because that's a red door. Unless you go into this area that's not a secret. It's not. It's just open. I recommend blowing up the barrels before going in, just because of the imps. They're kind of annoying, so just kill them. You can go to straight and hit a wall because you need a blue key or a yellow key to proceed. Or you can go to the right and find the red key. But whenever you pick up the red key, there's an ambush. It's not that big of an ambush, but that's why there are barrels everywhere. So if you blew them up, tough. The barrels aren't even that good. Now I'm pretty sure I woke up most of the enemies, but I missed a couple. These guys over here. Oh, this guy. Sometimes there's an imp there too. But this time I woke them all up. But yeah, the strategy is to just grab the key, run, and then blow up the barrels when you think it'll work. I'm gonna get some armor. So I haven't explained the armor system in this game yet. So blue armor is good. You get a certain number of points for blue armor. It's 200. Every armor bonus gives you 1 back that you lost. Or it just eats it if you didn't lose any. But the way the points work is every time you take damage, it takes half of that damage and says, this doesn't go to your health, this instead goes to your blue armor. So effectively it's half protective. Green armor is different, and the reason that I don't pick it up most of the time, unless it's literally the only option, is because it only protects you 33% of the amount. Which means the armor does last longer, but it's not nearly as good. Almost forgot about the pinky on the right there. The good thing about green armor is you can't pick it up if you're above 100 armor points. If you're below 100 armor points though, you might accidentally pick up green armor. Just be aware of that. I consider blue armor to be better until you're at like 40 points or less. Then it's like, okay, you can pick up the green armor now. Oh yeah, when you walk up to the blue door, there's this trap with pinkies, but they're not a threat. They're pinkies, and they're far away. I think I got them all. Oh, there's a Spectre. Alright, we have the red key now, so we can go through the red door over here. I'm gonna open them both up just because they're symmetrical, and I'd rather not go in a loop. Lots of zombies here. Just play peekaboo with them. You'll be fine. Did you see how that zombie man was so close to me and still managed to miss? They really suck. Oh, he bit me. So that was the rare instance where he bites you anyway. Even though you were totally chainsawing him in the face. Here's a rad suit. It's not a secret, but it is secretive. There is a soul sphere over here, which is a secret. And there's a mega armor here, which is not a secret, but this area is. not sure why they give you health and armor bonuses here, since you're probably already at max health and armor by this point, but whatever. Alright, we can go through the blue door now, and there's a maze here. This is the first maze. Well, the second. This is the first maze where everything looks the exact same. There are a bunch of these cross sections, and you can easily get lost here, unless you're paying really close attention or just watching the auto map. There's an arrow made out of armor bonuses here, open the wall. So if the texture wasn't enough to tell you, there are also armor bonuses, so Doom devs say that is not a secret. Another oddity of this level is that they gave me night vision goggles, but I don't see where I would use them. But anyway, this switch here opens up a wall somewhere else in the maze. I believe it's over here somewhere. Yeah, this wall. And this is how you get the yellow key. Once you step up this staircase, this wall over here opens up to reveal a lot of hit scan. Just kill them. Or just let them kill each other, to be honest. I'm just gonna chainsaw everything. I'll be fine. I'm getting bit from behind. That's not good. Alright, here's the yellow key. And there's another secret here. It's kind of hard to see. It's actually impossible to see because you're supposed to come at it from the other side. But there's a rocket launcher back here and a partial invisibility. Here's the other side. So just hit on that back wall. It doesn't look like any different. It's just a back area. So you might think, this could be a secret, possibly, while you're humping walls everywhere, and say, oh, turns out it is. There's some imps that showed up over here, and if you go through the corridors, then you wind up with another secret, with another backpack, which, by the way, just raises your ammo capacity. Partial invisibility is really useful here, because it makes enemies less accurate, so these shotgunners are not nearly as threatening. Not even here. As long as you got the chain gun out, like, you're probably not even going to take damage. Unless you're not paying attention and get blindsided like I did just then. That wasn't planned, I just did it. Alright. Let's press this switch up here. That wall over there where the imps were now opened up, or I guess it was a door, actually. And reveals a lot of stuff. Luckily they can't even get to you, so just shoot them. Also, this is the other side of the area behind the door at the beginning. Just so you know how everything connects up. Let's blow up the Pinky. Oh, never mind, he's gonna kill the imp for me. You know what, you do you, Pinky. Alright, no. We're gonna blow up this Pinky. I don't think that they can hear that. Up here's some armor bonuses. It's nice. I'm getting close to the 100 mark, so I don't want to accidentally pick up the green armor in the middle there. A lot of Pinkies in this area too. And there's another trap here. It's triggered by you just walking around like a normal. Oh, there's a shotgun behind me. Always afraid about that one. But we're doing fine for health, so it's not really a big deal. So this switch here, when you walk up to it, you get ambushed by more stuff. And you can't leave. It closes the door behind you. So the strategy for me is usually to just hide back in the nook where the switch was, chainsaw any Pinkies that come up, because usually they're the only ones that will approach you. Everything else is too busy in fighting, except for that imp. I think it's all Pinkies now, pretty much. So because I pressed the switch, it actually released more Pinkies and Spectres in here than there would have been otherwise, which means more opportunities for everything to get dead. Because they shoot the Pinky or the Spectre, and the Spectre is annoyed. This Spectre is actually trapped, he cannot hurt you. Well, don't get close to him, but just use a chainsaw. That's that level. Here's Computer Station. This is the penultimate level. I'm gonna blow up these shotgunners. They're being nicely symmetrical today. I think the barrel hurt the pinky, so he was still mad at me after the imp hit him. So another thing about infighting, the enemies won't change targets until they've moved around a lot after targeting a certain thing. So if you hit them, then you are their target, and other things hitting them will not phase them until their timer runs up. And that zombie man did damage. It's unusual. But on the bright side, that means that if someone starts infighting, like someone else hits them, then you can just run up behind them and chainsaw their butt, and they won't really attack you. They'll just take it. There are a lot of shotgunners outside, so don't get too close to the window. There's about 20. I'm getting a bit low on health and armor now, so I'm gonna be a bit more careful. Gotta go up this elevator here. Oh, hi, shotgunner. We're at max health at least, or 100 health. Most of the shotgunners have killed each other by now, but it's still not safe to approach the wall. This looks like a secret, but it's actually not. It opens up automatically later. When you walk up here, you thought you killed everyone, but there's 4 shotgunners. If you step on the platform, it starts rising up, and there's a secret if you step over the edge. It's got a nice backpack for you. Only really useful if you're pistol starting. On the other side, there's a rad suit to kind of lure you in. And there's a switch here. I don't know what it does really, but I always press it anyway, just in case it does something I need. While you're out here, you can shoot the various enemies that are just around, like these guys. I'm gonna wait for them to approach me, and then blow up the barrel. Yeah, that probably got a decent amount of them. I don't really know. Alright, we're at 49 armor, so it's gonna break pretty soon. Let's go in here, because it's optional. Three shotgun guys in here, and a chainsaw. Chainsaw literally worthless unless you're pistol starting. You already have one. As cool as it would be for Doom Guy to dual wield chainsaws, unfortunately, not really a thing. Let's just blow up these guys in here. We go into that room later, so we don't have to get them all, but it's fun. Zombie man, I don't think I lost you. Pinky. Oh. My chainsaw like fell off him somehow. Oh, jeez. Alright, this is the area where I blew the barrel. Yeah, you can see the dead guys over here. There are imps guarding the blue key, but you can just kill them from a distance. When I lower this bridge, there's a pinky on it. There's actually another pinky up there, so let's get him too. Let's have ourselves a little party, why not? Oh, there's 2 more. Okay. Let's just chainsaw everything again, I don't really care. Okay. That's enough of that. Red key. Alright. Now, if you forgot where the red key door is, I don't blame you. I totally did on my first playthrough. Also, there's a trap here that I totally remembered. Let's grab the green armor now. It's not as good, but it's better than running out of blue armor. And suddenly taking 100% of damage. That's when it really hurts you. red key door is over here. All the way back at the beginning, pretty much. There's the blue key. It also just gives you the blue key. It's a very strange key setup, if you ask me. Nice health and armor bonuses in here. When you open this door, prepare to be jumped. By just a lot of miscellaneous enemies. You know the drill at this point. This wall is different because it's green, so you hit it, and it's a secret. You can go outside where the shotgunners were. Actually, where they still are. But we'll grab partial invisibility, so we'll be fine. This is actually a great secret, because you can go to the end of the level, over here, and just kill everyone before you actually get there. And they pretty much can't hurt you. Either that, or partial invisibility keeps making them miss. There are also some guys around the edge here. Recommend shooting. There's a shotgunner. I don't really care about zombie men, actually. Alright, let's go back. Now we can go through the blue door. And you'll notice we already have all the secrets, so don't have to be looking for those anymore. Hey guys, why don't you shoot this here barrel for me? Or each other, that's fine. You know what, that's fine. These are the guys that I rocketed earlier. This switch opens up the other side of the area behind the blue door. This one. And there would be enemies here if I didn't kill them all. That's the level. Alright, this is a pretty famous level. It's the final level of episode 1, Phobos Anomaly. It starts out with this gigantic ring of barrels. Unfortunately, it broke for me and the whole thing didn't blow up. Usually there's only 1 or 2 pinkies left over at the end. But we gotta just shotgun them. I'm not gonna. You know what? Chainsaw. Now that there's only 1 left. If you go up here, there is a computer map. So already it's a bit strange, right? The music's a bit eerie. Here's the only secret. It's a soul sphere. I totally remember the name. 2 more pinkies in here on ultraviolence. And a shotgun. And they give you a chain gun. Very ominous. Let's go open that secret now. I just didn't want to get bit by the pinkies and then feel bad. If you press the switch, it lowers down. And if you just stop and look, you notice that there are 2 kind of like containers here. There are specters approaching me, so I gotta open it up. It's got 2 Barons of Hell. These guys are the only real tanky enemies of the first Doom. You know what? We can just stand here. They can't reach me. I'll let them infight with the specters. You know what? This is a terrible idea, actually. Let's leave. I'm gonna die. Oh. Alright, well, now you get to see what this level looks like, Pistol Start. It's pretty much the same. Except I don't get to rocket launcher. Oh, that's terrible. Well, let's try our best here. Let's just be a bit ballsy. I'm gonna make a run for the computer map. No, actually, let's make a run for the shotgun. Yeah. Don't get a backpack in this level, so I wasted some bullets there. It's okay. Or some shells, whatever they're called. Let's go back and finish off these guys. We don't get a chainsaw in this level. So actually I should be conserving ammo a little bit. Let's get the super mega... What is it called? It's called a soul sphere. Alright. Now we gotta fight them the vanilla way, so to speak. Or the challenge way. That was a really dumb thing that I did. Let's lure them over to the barrels so we can just blow them up. Forget about our problems. That Spectre's going to infight the Baron now. He's not gonna win. Actually, he can't even get to him, so just put him out of his misery. Alright, we have to shotgun the Barons now. This is not fun. Actually, partial invisibility was a bad power-up to get here, because these guys miss you occasionally, and you might be dodging their stuff and dodge right into where they were going. Okay, there's one. This guy already killed it, the Spectre that was after him. Didn't look hard for him at all. And you'll notice there's still a lot of enemies left in this level. Ow, see, I dodged into it. So I killed the final Baron, and these walls all lower. Now you can see, it's just a big empty area. Really strange. Let's go check out the rest of the level. Giant staircase, ominous. That's probably the one word I'd use to describe this whole level. And there's a picture here. Doesn't look friendly. Well, let's step on it. And you're totally screwed. You pretty much can't kill everyone there. So 29 kills, or however many I got, 24? I don't know, 26? That's counted as 100% for this level. And that's the end of episode 1. There's some plot here. It's the only plot really in Doom. But this is just a bit of a transition into episode 2, which will be in my next video. And that episode is called The Shores of Hell. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I will have the demo in my description. If you know how to play back Doom demos, then you're welcome to play it back, use a different HUD, whatever. Just use it as a guide if you want. Alright, thanks for watching.